Celtic are favourites to be the 2023-2024 Scottish champions, but it is by the smallest of margins. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football, and it is official. The bookmakers have installed Celtic as favourites for the championship this year. But, having said that, it looks like it's going to be the most closely contested league title we have seen in a very long time. If not, in reality, in terms of points, at least in terms of the bookmaker odds, because there is not much to choose between both sides. Celtic have been installed as favourites, but you can get them at pretty good odds. Probably the best odds that I've seen Celtic over the last decade or so, obviously apart from the season where Rangers were defending their title and Postecoglou came in. You could get Celtic at decent odds that year, because they pretty much fell apart the previous year. But other than that, Celtic have always been odds on, and they've always been at least around 4 to 7, 1 to 2, sometimes worse. But we can see the bookmakers are giving Celtic 4 to 6, 8 to 13, round about that margin. As for Rangers, you can see you're lucky. You can get them just over evens. 65 and 11 to 10 seems to be the most frequent odds. Outside of the Old Firm, Aberdeen are rated with the third best chance of winning the league, 100 to 1 for them. Bet Victor, though, are giving you 150 to 1. Then it's pretty much Hearts and Hibernian coming in next. And after that, you've got a whole range of teams where you can pretty much get over 500 to 1 on anybody, including, if you look at Dundee, you're getting 1,500 to 1 in most bookmakers. So a pound on Dundee would get you 1,500 back. Or if you want to put £10 on them, you can get 15 grand back. The only problem is Dundee aren't going to win the league. So, yeah, no, this is a pretty close league. I can't really call it right now. I think I agree with the bookmakers. I think Celtic are slight favourites in the slightest way possible. 7 months ago, there was no doubt in my mind Celtic were by far the better team, the superior team. And I thought coming into this season, it would be another easy title for Celtic, but as a lot has changed since then. Michael Beale came in, he's got Rangers playing good, he's actually outscored Celtic since he arrived at Ibrox. He's brought in a couple of players last season, Cantwell and Raskin, both performed well. He's brought in a hell of a lot more players in this summer. Remains to be seen how good they are, but if they're anything like Cantwell and Raskin, I'm sure they will improve Rangers big time. And then you look at Celtic, they've lost Ange Postecoglou, they've lost arguably their best player in Jota, so Celtic are no doubt going through a period where they're becoming weaker. Meanwhile, their rivals are becoming stronger. Now, Brendan Rodgers has come in. Some people will prefer him over Ange. Some people will say he will make Celtic better. Some people will say he will make Celtic worse. Personally, I think if you compare Ange Postecoglou's stint and Brendan Rodgers' previous stint, it does look like Ange had the better record. Now, yeah, Brendan Rodgers did win 2 trebles. He was well on his way to winning the treble, but he was up against a weaker Rangers side. There is no doubt about that. And the first 2 seasons where Rodgers won his leagues, his nearest competition wasn't even Rangers, it was Aberdeen that were finishing second. If you look at Ange Postecoglou, he was up against a pretty good Rangers side. So, I mean, you could argue the second season, maybe not so good, maybe they fell apart, maybe the bad start from Gio handed Ange the league title, but especially the first season, you know, they were up against a Rangers side that got to a European final. So it was a good win for Celtic, especially when he came in. Celtic were miles behind Rangers. He had to pretty much rebuild the team, and he'd done that within 1 year. And he got them from being clearly second best in Scotland to top again. So Ange Postecoglou done an amazing job, an amazing turnaround. So yeah, no, I do believe Celtic have got weaker. I do think Rangers have improved. Have they improved enough though to win the league title? I'm not sure. It might take a couple more signings. It might wait to see what happens with Celtic. Will Celtic bring in better players? Will Celtic lose more of their best players? I don't know, but right now I think it's going to be very tight. I do not see this league being decided by double figures. I don't see anybody getting a double figure lead at any point. I could see it being nip and tuck. I could see teams swapping the lead of the table throughout the season. I can see it switching multiple times, and in the end, I can see it being decided by a small amount of points. I can see it definitely going down to the last couple of games. Could we even possibly get a final day decider? Maybe. Right now, I would have to go with Celtic because I think they have overall got the better squad, but I'm not convinced. It could go either way. Can anybody outside of Celtic Rangers win this league? Of course not. But if you want to waste some money, then I guess you've got good odds here. If you want some entertainment, I mean, I wouldn't even stick a pound on Hearts, let's be real. We've got fucking no chance. No chance. The sad reality is no one's going to win the league outside the Old Firm, so just need to accept that. Anyway, thought it was interesting here to look at the odds. Celtic have been installed as favourites, but it's slight favourites, and I mean, this could change. I mean, it could change depending on what happens over the next couple of weeks. If Rangers can bring in a couple more players, who knows? If Celtic lose a couple more big players, if money starts to go on Rangers, we could see these odds change even more. So, thought it was interesting that these are the odds. I wonder what the odds would be if Ange was still here. Would Celtic be heavier favourites with Ange in charge? Possibly. I'm thinking possibly. Anyway, that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Are you doing a bet? Are you sticking any money on either side? Let me know. And if you're going to stick money on anybody outside of Celtic Rangers, let me know in the comments why you're so desperate to lose cash. And on that note, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.